Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today is Sunday, March 29th, and I have returned from a business trip. And on that business trip, I had a great time, but I definitely missed my printers. I did some printing from afar and had some people remove things off of my printers, and I was able to print while I was gone. But I have a lot to talk about today because I missed a whole week. So today I'm going to talk about some STLIFIX. I'm going to talk about Bambu Lab versus Prusa and what my experience has been. I'm going to talk about how while I was gone, I got home and there was a Prusa Core 1 box that I had no idea where it came from. I got home and I thought, where did this come from? I have ADHD and I thought, did I buy it? I don't normally do that, but did I push the button? But I don't think that I did. And I found out that someone had gotten it for me, but it went on for about an hour to where I didn't know where it had come from. My husband had bought it for me and he purchased it for me and I got it in the mail and I'm pretty excited that I got it. And so I've been able to test it, but there are some things I want to talk about the Prusa Core 1 Plus that I just want to talk about them. So the machines that I have at the moment are, I have a couple of resin printers. I also have a Prusa XL, a 5-head one. I have a Bambu P2s. I've had an Anycubic Cobra S1. I sold that. I did not like that at all. I also have a Prusa Core 1 Plus, which I've been printing with this weekend, and there are many things that I want to talk about. So let me go ahead and start with there, and then I'll get into the STLIFIX, but I'm going to have that in the background for now just to kind of show some things that are coming up. So I'm going to let the ad run for the AI because I also want to talk about that, what's coming up. But as that's running, let me talk about the Prusa Core 1 and the Bambu and the differences. So here are some things that I noticed. When I got back, I started to run a print on my Bambu P2s. This is really the first time that I've had trouble with the Bambu in the couple weeks that I've owned it. And I've been very impressed with it, and I still am. However, there are some things that I feel like when people think about the Prusas, they think, oh, those are so expensive. But let me tell you where it makes the difference, why I would be willing and still am willing, even after owning a Bambu, to pay for the cost of the Prusa. So what happened on my Bambu is that some filament got stuck down between the print head or the nozzle and the extruder. And so it took me a while to figure that out. And getting to that wasn't as easy as it is on my Prusa. On my Prusa XL, on the front of the extruder, it has this little clip that I can flip up and open up, and then if anything gets stuck in my extruder, I can just pull it out from there. It really has to be ground in there for me to have to take it apart and have to mess with it. That's one thing that I really appreciate about the Prusa and the well thought out build of it is right in the front of each head, there's a little flip button that I just flip up and I can open it up. Now, I do like the Bambu's way to change the nozzles. That was really cool to be able to click those two clips. And if there was a way to combine those two technologies, I think that would be amazing. Let me get to the extruder easily without having to unscrew things and pull things out, just like on the Prusa XL. But let me be able to change the nozzle out a lot like the Bambu, because I thought that was pretty neat how I could just flip that nozzle out. And the cost of the nozzle on the Bambu is really nice. The cost of the Prusa XL nozzles are a little bit more expensive, but it really depends on which kind that you're going with because it has the availability to use the nozzle where you only have to buy the nozzle. But I do appreciate the ability to change the nozzle so quickly in the Bambu. But when I had that extruder era, having to go through what I had to go through on the Bambu to get to the part where I had to pull or the filament block that happened after a firmware change, I wasn't too happy about that. I, at that point, was like, man, I wish I wanted the availability that I had on the Prusa XL. Now, it looks like my Prusa Core 1 has that, but it looks like it might go to the left. So when I'm looking at it, I'm going to have to like stick my head in there, which is a very small box. So I haven't opened it up yet. I'm hoping that it has the availability to get to the extruder, but I'm hoping that it opens to the front. I haven't tried it yet, but I did see that there's a little flip nozzle to let me get to it. And I'm curious to see how that's going to turn out. But I want to say to Prusa, thank you so much for putting that on the front of the XL, because I have so many times before taken that for granted that it's just been there and just been able to go in there, grab my filament and remove it and put things, put the nozzle clearers out, and it's just been great. But the Bambu, it was not, and I did not like that. But I want to say thank you to Bambu for having the nozzle changes the way that it was, because that was pretty neat to be able to just pull that nozzle off. So those are two great things about each of them. Now, I still am not a fan of the amount of waste that I have on the Bambu P2s. And I know a lot of people, they just love Bambus, and I'm seeing them in the farms. But in comparison to my Prusa, it's not even in the same ballpark. It's just not the same kind of machine. The Prusa is built better. You can see a lot of things in the Prusa that were just thought out for a 3D printer person that just wasn't thought out on the Bambu. But there are some things that I also like about the Bambu. And so I consider the print things that you're printing on the Prusa to be better than the Bambu. My print quality is better. And if that's what's important, then I would recommend the Prusa. But there are some bells and whistles that the Bambu has that not even my Prusa, my brand new Prusa Core 1 Plus has. And that is the automatic filament loader. My Prusa Core 1 Plus is a single color printer. That's fine. However, I would expect that it would have an automatic filament loader that I could just stick the filament in there, because there are so many cheaper brands that have that capability, such as the Centauri Carbon 2, the AMS on the AMS with the P2s, all of the H series. They all come, you can get them in a combo, and it just makes that so easy. But some things that I like about the Prusa Core 1 Plus, because I did want to talk about that today in the few days that I've had to print with it, is, man, that print quality on that Prusa Core 1 Plus is second to none. You want precision, you want something that just looks absolutely spectacular. This is the machine. I don't know that I have seen in all of the machines that I have owned anything as spectacular as that. And I've seen the H2C's quality. I've seen the prints from them, but that Prusa Core 1 Plus, that quality of those prints it's phenomenal. I cannot believe that I'm able to throw a print on there, have it print so fast. The speed is amazing. Have it print so fast, have it deliver the way that it does for the cost that it was. My Prusa XL, it does not match up to the Prusa XL. There's just not a machine yet. And I know it's expensive, but if you want a machine that's going to work, you want to print multicolors, it's worth the investment. It is a machine that is built to last. I bought the Prusa Core 1 Plus because INDX is coming out, and it'll be able to have 8 colors on it. And I'm hoping that I'll be able to bring that possibly to my XL. And if I can't, that's okay, because 8 colors is about the max that I need. But I may eventually in the future get the Prusa Core L if it gets the Bondtech INDX on it. So I wanted to talk about all of that today. The setup of the Prusa Core 1 Plus was definitely streamlined, was more in line with the Bambu. I would say that it was faster than the Bambu in setting up. It was just really plug it in, undo a couple straps, and there it went. Now, I ordered some extra things with it. I ordered the advanced filtration system, which if you search the web, you will see that the Prusa filtration system is second to none. They've tested air quality, VOCs, the amount of particles in the air, and the Prusa Core 1, the Prusa advanced filtration system is the best that I have seen in all of the other videos that I have watched. So that was another big reason that I wanted to purchase it. I also got the buddy camera. I haven't set it up yet. I have heard complaints about the quality. I'll have to let you know on that because I didn't get mine set up yet, but I did purchase that. But that was pretty easy to set up and install, and it clicks right into the machine. Now, the one thing I do like, another thing I like about the Bambu is the camera's already built in. One thing I don't like about the Bambu camera already being built in is I noticed it was taking pictures when I didn't want it to take pictures. And I have some concerns with sound. I want to check out what exactly is the camera that's in there, and are they picking up on the sound? To me, that feels a little bit invasive. I didn't ask it to take pictures, it just automatically did. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but I still have some checks to do on that. With my XL, it did not come with a camera. It doesn't come with an AMS loader. I have to hand load all 5 colors. I really like that the AMS loads things up for me and I could just stick it in and push the button and push it, but I still prefer my XL over all my machines, and it is the one that I print with the most because I can print large pieces, I can print multicolor and not waste a ton of my filament. And some of these filaments are kind of expensive, and some of them are not. But some of them I ordered and had to wait for because they were like specialized colors. I just recently ordered this pack of Texonar Crystal Rainbow. And let me tell you, if you check my shorts, you're going to see some octopus on there. Or no, jellyfish on there that I printed in the pink and white and the purple and white. That crystal color, the gradient on it, that is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I am in love with those colors. They look so nice. I can't wait to print some of the other crystal colors because the print was great. The filament flowed just perfectly. It landed on the sheet just great. It had great adhesion. There wasn't a lot of stringing, and it just printed well. So I'm curious to see. I've already printed with those 2 colors. I've got 8 more to try. It was a 10-pack of Texonar. I may put the link in my description of this video, or I may not. We'll just have to wait and see. But 10 colors, $120 on Amazon. Check it out because it prints well. The colors are beautiful. And if you need someone to tell you, is this worth my while? How is the filament? It's good. It's good. It just printed well. And it probably, I've done a couple of prints of the jellyfish, and I really like the way that these turned out. Smooth and pretty, and it gave you like the jellyfish effect. It's not quite translucent. It's that it's not really clear. It's the crystal effect. You can kind of see through it, but you still see the color, but you can't really see through it. I don't know, the gem, the crystal kind of effect that you see. It's not translucent, but it's really cool looking. You'll have to try it and see. Try it out. I think you will like it. So with all that being said about I want to make sure I covered everything. So the Prusa XL, pardon none. There is not a machine yet that I've seen that is as good. There's so many things that Prusa thought out on that were just thought ahead of time. And I've thought about these extras that people talk about, the camera, the enclosure, the things that you have to purchase extra. I would rather have the quality of machine that the Prusa XL is and buy the things that I want, because you don't need an enclosure unless you need it. Then you can buy it if you need it extra. And yes, it is more. But if you are a consumer that just wants a household printer, would probably be The I would say the Bambu P2s. That's a great machine. The Prusa Core 1, once the Bontact INDX gets on it, it's going to be the machine. It just is. The print quality, you want engineering grade quality, that's where you're going to go. It is precise. That's just all there is to it. It's precise, it's beautiful. Right now in a single color, the everyday user, maybe the Bambu P2s, but if you're somebody who wants your prints to look super nice and you want them to be precise, that's going to be the Prusa. But if you are a person who wants large quantities and you want something that's going to print well, that's going to be your XL. You want to save on your filament, that's going to be your XL. You're thinking, I'm going to get myself the printer that I want. If you have a little bit of extra to splurge, go ahead and go for that XL. I would definitely recommend it. Buy the extra pieces that you need over time, build into it. You can buy a single head for $2,300. You can put an MMU on it if you want for around the same price as the H2C and basically get everything but the enclosure on it and the camera. It's just a great machine. It's just, you'll see if you ever have to do repairs or just things that happen, the filament breaking. Oh my gosh, the amount of time that I spent trying to figure out what was wrong with the Bambu P2s and not being able to get to pieces and having unscrewed things and afraid to open things and learn about it. The time, people talk about how often they break down and how much. If you can fix something, if you have a machine that breaks down 7% of the time versus a machine that breaks down 10% of the time, which I think is a comparison of what they did between the Prusa and the Bambu, that 2% of that time that the machine is down, or 3% that machine is down, may sound like a lot, except that your time costs money too. So fixing machines, even if they break 10% or 3% more versus the 7%, if you're going to spend 2.5 hours fixing a machine versus 15 minutes, that 3% starts to narrow down really quickly. And if I had to guess how much time I was able to get the Prusa XL back up and running with being able to look online, what is the problem, how do I fix it, having the availability of the chat, hey, what's going on with this, instead of trying to have to decipher through a cookie cut book of here's what's wrong with your Bambu, here's what might fix it, try these 10 things. The amount of time that I spent on that versus being able to go to Prusa XL saying, here's what it's doing. And it's like, okay, well, here are the 2 things. I'm not sure which one it is. Being able to contact the chat, how quickly I'm able to get the Prusa. Just even starting with just the basics of, I can't get this filament through. What do? I just open that up. Well, there's the filament. It's that easy to see. It's just that easy to work on. To me, that's worth the time. My time is money too. So fixing things, having it be down 3%, 3% I think was the difference. For me, I think being down 3% more than what the studies have shown, or I think only 2 people I've seen have done a study, and they estimated around 3% more that the Prusa was down than the H2C. Time to fix it. That's a lot too. You have to fix each machine. You can't magically fix the machines. So 3% more of having to fix them by time. I would guess that I spent at least 50% more of my time fixing it. So that's my 2 cents worth about reliability of the Prusa. And I really think that we're going to see in the next year or 2, we're really going to see where the Prusa outshines the H2C by far. So let me get into the STLIFIX of last week that I didn't get to post on. And I didn't get to post on it because I went on the business trip. So last week's drops, what were they? So every week STLIFIX does a community drop. The community drop is something that, as a community of people who use STLIFIX, they get to go in and put in their ideas, and then the community votes on what they think they would like to see. And then the following month, or the month, 2 months ahead, or 2 months forward, they set up and they give you the times, as you will see here at the bottom, of when they are going to print those. And then they meet the needs of what was requested by their community. I think that that is a great feature. I particularly like that a lot. I think that if I was a commercial seller, which I'm going to talk about that too, that I would like that. I tell you what I want to see, you deliver that to me in a professional quality, and then I get something new that nobody else has, and I get a new product. Amazing to me. So as you can see here, they vote. This was in December, and then it comes out 2 months later. So the votes in December will come out in February. The votes in January will come out in March, and the votes from February will come out in April. So 2 months forward, they will come out. They do need some time to design them, so that's fair. But the idea is that the community comes in here and we create the ideas. We say, hey, we want articulated dragons. We have 603 people who have voted on articulated dragons. We want more vendor booth displays. So far, these booth displays that they've done, the products that they've done of these, they have been phenomenal. I'm going to vote for that. I like printing those. I'm going to print some more. Here is the Commander deck boxes. I'm not a fan of those, so I'm probably not going to vote for those. But all of these ideas, if you see the names below here, these come from people who are members of STLIFIX. So they put the ideas in here, and then STLIFIX makes it happen. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And we get 3 categories right now. We get toys and articulated, home and decor, RPG and cosplay. I would like to see one more category called functional. That if that was the choice that I had, that would be something that I would want. I think that they do 3 drops a week, a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I feel like one of those drops should be something functional. Dice towers are functional. Phone holders are functional. They've done a bunch of functional things. I just think I'd like to see a tad bit more. But by no means is this me knocking STLIFIX, because you really can't beat what they offer for the price that they offer it. They give you 3 drops a week, and what the 3 drops entail is it gives you a themed set of products. So it's not just 1 item or 2 items, it's a whole entire batch of them. So for instance, the last we talked about the Dragon Library. This came out on 3/20 of 2026. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, they have the drops. And I want to throw in here also that I am not affiliated with STLIFIX, only in that I am a consumer. They pay me nothing. I get no benefits from talking about them. It's just that I really like them. And the more users we have, the more people they can hire, and the better our products will be to have available to us. So I'm excited about them. And I see a lot of comments online saying, is STLIFIX worth it? Just use the free files. Well, if you are selling commercially, you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to sell other people's products without having a commercial license. So STLIFIX has a commercial license, and not only do they give you the commercial license, but they also give you the media if you're selling online to post with your pieces. So they give you all of the pictures, which a lot of the other Patreons, My Mini Factory, they don't give me the pictures. As a matter of fact, they restrict me from using their photos to show their product. One benefit, if you say, oh, I'll just get another Patreon, well, one benefit of STLIFIX, if you're going commercial, is they're going to give you the media. That's an amazing piece. Not only are they going to give you the media, they're going to give you a store called My Store. And that lets you sell whatever you want. It doesn't have to be just STLIFIX files, or STLIFIX prints. You can sell other prints on there too. It's your store. So they give you the store and they give you the STLIFIX files. They give you instructions to tell you how do you print it. A lot of times I download parts. Some of my Patreons put instructions in them, some of them don't. They tell you if you're going to do solo color, how long it probably will take. Multicolor, multi-parts. They also give you files for my bigger machine, like my XL, that can print multicolors. It also gives me prints for single color machines, which is the multi-parts. They also give me Bambu prints. They give me Prusa prints. I get both types of models in there. I find it to be a really cool experience. So if you ask me if STLIFIX is worth it, even if you're not going commercial, you're going to get, just think about it, 3 times a week, you're going to get a set of prints. Not only are you going to get a group of prints 3 times a week with theme based, then you're also going to be able to give them your ideas of what you want and then vote on what you would like to see next. As a community, they have a Discord. They're very receptive to any questions. I just think that they're really good. That's my personal opinion of them. So this one I already went over. I forgot, this is called the Dragon Library. I am probably going to print this dragon in that crystal color that I was talking about earlier from the Tech Sonar and see how that turns out. I also have some multicolor silks, which looks like they printed it in a silk here in this particular picture. I'm probably going to try some silks. I think this is a neat piece. I haven't tried these before, but I've seen these everywhere, so I think that they would be beneficial for book reading and helping keep the page open. Seems pretty nice to me. But let's go back to last week's drops. So last week's drops, on Monday, we got skeleton creatures. These are some of the cutest skeletons I have seen. I like the turtle. They are articulated, so not only are they skeleton, but they are articulated pieces. If you've ever seen the stingray, the big stingray by STLIFIX, that is a big seller. A lot of people like that. We have the skeleton octopus. You can see how easily those pieces move. We got the skeleton, it's probably a hammerhead shark, it looks like. We have the skeleton crab, even with the little pincer moving. I think that's neat. And then we have the skeleton starfish. I think this would be cool to not, I think this one, even though they've got it in bone color, I think this one you could print in other colors or fill in the holes yourself, and you could really make this into a lot of different decorative pieces that would look nice for like a beach scene or a ocean scene somewhere. You could make it big and small, and then you could like just have it like laying over a cup or just something really cute. I think it's very decorative. And then we have the Build a Ride. I think these are very neat. These are modular cars that have different parts that you can change out. This particular one I looked at yesterday because I tried to do this review yesterday but forgot to turn on my microphone. But this one changes out into a car. Definitely a great little kid's toy. This one is a truck. I think it also changes out. It starts off as like a big dump truck and then has the flatbed. And even, yeah, that is so cool. Now, I think that everyone who prints has different reasons that they print. This really fits for me because one of the things that I do is I print for some younger members of my family. I print a lot of toys. So for me, this is great. I also can see this being great for commercial sellers because a lot of times kids go with their parents to different shows, and having things that the kids can buy are really nice. And so I think that these, because STLFlix, I've had such good luck with their files, I think that you could potentially make these, sell these pretty easily and get a good profit off of them. I think as a personal user, I definitely like these myself because I probably will print these for my younger family members who would like these types of toys. Now let's go to the dice rollers. This was a community request. I feel like STLFlix has many dice rollers and they are really good. I didn't expect them to be so small, and I think that that is actually a good quality because one of the things that I think a lot of dice rollers in the world or on the 3D printing environment are missing are smaller ones that are easy to carry around. I think what's great about these is that they have a lot of detail. I could see someone with a 12 or 16 color or even my 5 color bringing this to life in just so many ways, or painting it. It is such a good piece. I really like this one right here. I think this one looks really good. But I do know something that I wanted to talk about is that on the Discord, some of the users were talking about that the dice rolling holes are too small for the metal dice. So another great thing about STLFlix that I've noticed is that there is a community, there is a Discord. We talk about the things that work or don't work, and usually anything that doesn't work or needs to be fixed, they fix. So I can see these being widened. Someone said they made them a little bit bigger, but I could see someone going in and making that hole just slightly bigger so that the metal dice could fit through there. But you could also just print it at a little bit bigger size and then still have the same thing. But I think this is really cool, and I like the dice. I like that this was a community request, a community drop, and I think that getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 new dice pieces that you can sell if you have the commercial license is amazing. And people are always looking for dice towers. The reason people are requesting them is because they're major sellers. So you want to have something that's different. So here's 7 brand new, never seen, never created before pieces that are going to be unique. So just this week alone, you got 7 models in this one, 3 models in this one, but these are modular and they change into different parts. And then you got 6 in this one. So this week alone, you got 16 different models in 1 week. 1 week, 3 different themes, and one of them that was requested. And these are no small accomplishments. So if you ever wonder, is STLFlix worth it? I have to say yes. Let me talk about the STLAI. I'm going over to STLAI because I saw a new one this week, which I definitely wanted to look at, which was the outfit holder. On this one, I know that these particular prints have been going off the charts. People are selling these like crazy because they're cute. They're adorable, but now you can customize them and add your logo. So I know that on the slicers, you can add lettering and shapes, but I think this is cool that now you can add a logo front, back, and side. And they have a bunch of different types. They have the hoodie, which I think is adorable myself. I still want to print one of those. And then they have the sports jacket. This right here came as a request, the martial arts. That came as a request because they had a house robe as one of their, because this particular print came out, well, there were 2 sets that came out in drops, And they had one that was a house robe, and then someone said, could you make me one that is a martial arts set? And they did. That was amazing. That was additive. They have the puffy jacket. I think these overalls are super cute. So what would happen with this is that what I'm guessing is that you would pick your style that you would want to go with, and then you bring your logo in, a picture or whatever you want, and then you add it to it. Now imagine if you could make these for a company. So you have a company, they want their logo on things. I know that there are a lot of places that sell a lot of things, but this is pretty unique. Or for your own company, handing out something. Anyways, I wanted to show that because that was kind of new. And I thought that that was really cute. They also have the custom phone holders. I don't think we've talked about these before, where you can add your logo as well. We've done the book decor where you can do the 2D and bring it into 3D. The family magnets are super cute. Just kind of browsing through the top 10 here, stopping a little bit to kind of let the scene play through just so people can see. So STLIFIX, those are some of the STLIFIX for this week. Last week we had a game, we had a unicorn parade carousel, we had some models called Ironworks of Armdale. The week before that, we had some more of there's the can clothes that you can see here. We had the Flex Kitchen. We've had, I'm going to print some of these out, the Fair and Square, which I'm going to print some of these out to take with me to, oh, I didn't talk about that yet. So I am not a commercial seller. However, I do think that people enjoy 3D prints. So I had a friend of mine who said, oh, you have a 3D printer? Have you ever thought about selling? Yes and no. But I got a friend who is going to be doing a show, and I just thought I would go with him because I like the shows. I went and helped. The way that I got back into 3D printing, because I had some printers before, is my cousin did a show in Indianapolis, and I helped him do the show. And his prints were amazing. I could not believe the stuff that he had. And I said, hey, if you ever want to get rid of one of those Prusa XLs, let me know, because I've been wanting one. Because as soon as they came out, I wanted one. Because I've been around a little bit, and Prusa is just my thing. Every time I get one, I just see all the great things about them and all the bad things about them too. Not many, but some. Some things that I think that they could improve on, but I'm sure they have reasons why or why not they've done it. But so we went to a show. I helped him in the show, and he said, hey, I've got this Prusa XL. I'll sell it to you. I bought it, of course. I jumped right on that, got it at a major discount. But I had so much fun just hanging out with him, and it was just fun to be in that atmosphere, watching people look at all the parts, watching them buy the parts, just having that conversation, being able to see everything. And I think it would be fun to do. So when another friend of mine said, have you ever thought about selling them? I thought, well, I would probably go and help someone or be a second person to help with booth fees, but I don't know. So I got a friend who's going to be doing a show here soon. I'm going to help them. I'm going to be with them, and I think it's going to be fun. They're doing crochet items, and I'll probably do some crochet items, but I'm probably going to bring some of these too, because I think it would be nice for some booth people to have some things that they could print. So I thought I would bring some of these and just kind of see how it goes. But I hear everybody's like, oh, you know, there's so many booths out there that have the same-o. Probably. I'm probably just going to get some things that aren't same-o. I'm going to do some crochet items and not so much the articulated dragons, or I might do some of the articulated jellyfish just because I have a whole theme behind that. I have the idea of the jellyfish. It has no eyes but it still exists, and just things exist that we don't know about yet, and so I use the idea of the jellyfish. Anyways, here's some things that STLIFIX offers, which are some shelves. They've had a couple of series of these, the fair and square. And I think if I do a search for fair and square, I'm not sure how many they've had, but I know they've had a couple different displays. And I know this week it's this month in the community. Yeah, here we go. In the community area, people are voting for some more. So here are some sets that they've printed for displays. They also have this thing called Scotty's, where they've got shelves built up on that I think could be used for display. So I've got to figure out how I'm going to do all these little displays, but super cute ways to do it. They're modular, they all connect. There are ways to keep them connected. You can see the little price tags of the pieces to hold the little squares together. They have little lids on the bottom. These little pieces on the bottom, they turn into lids so that you can close things. They have little clips to close them. Pretty good stuff. Good way to separate your pieces into, especially if you're doing just like little creatures. So here it is, out for everybody to see. And this is STLIFIX for this week. Also, Bambu and Prusa. Please keep an eye on my channel. I'm going to be doing lots of shorts. I'm going to be doing some nomad drawing and pieces because I want to show how to take something from AI, Meshy AI, and bring it into Nomad and change it, because at this particular time, Meshy AI can do some of the basics, but it cannot complete all things. And so I have some pieces that I've gotten from them, but that they really messed up. And so I want to fix the parts that were messed up and keep the parts that were right. And I think that I'm going to start with this cat book nook that I built that was at a request of someone from my work. And I'm going to be working on that. And I'm going to do that on Nomad probably later in the week. These next couple weeks, I'm not going to be on quite as much as I would like because I'm going to be work-related stuff I got to do. But thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed my channel. Leave all the comments. Let me know what you think. If there's anything you would like for me to talk about or have questions about, let me know. You have a great day and thanks for watching.